Seems I got a message from Pom Pom. I feel you haven't been back in the Express since forever, Isaiah. Didn't we just see each other? And it's been that long since we last said goodbye, right? Don't worry about the details. Come back when you got the time. Pom Pom has some things for you. Conductor reward. Oh, alright, sure. Definitely head back to the train. I was just about to do that anyways. But anyways, hey dude, how's it going? Hey dudes, how's it going? Welcome back to some more Honkai Star Rail. We were just grinding out here in the middle of the snowy tundra because I was actually just grinding this thing for a bit to get some EXP cards, basically. And I was leveling up a bunch of other characters. As you can see, our character lineup looks a little weird because I was getting support from friends of mine that you can actually, when you do this, if you go to challenge, you can actually have support and get from different players whoever they have set up for their character. See, Nathan has March 7th right here, and my friend Cub has his Sealy right here, which I've been using to grind out EXP cards. So that's what I've been doing the last few off screen. I'm actually gonna go back to Dunhunt. Yes, everyone's up to level 20, which is the highest I can do right now at the moment. Because to do Ascensions, you need other material to get past level 20 onward. But besides all that, let's head back to the train car, see what Pom Pom wants. See what he's got for us. Been a while. Hey, buddy. Tickets, please. Oh, Isaiah, you're not the same person. Pom Pom first met. What happened to you? I had a really fast growth spurt. A conductor's eyes never lie, Isaiah. You're not the same person that you were. Same thing happened to March 7th when she first went out of the trailblazing. How can Pom Pom put this? It feels like you're much more mature, more stable, more reliable. Pom Pom is sure of it. Pom Pom's got some small rewards for your growth. Skipping formalities, take it all. Pom Pom will keep an eye on your progress and keep preparing some small rewards for you. As for what those will be, we'll find out soon enough. Sector rewards. Did I get all my rewards for you?
Quit being a nuisance! I'm working!
Want to see my trailblazer level, man? Yeah, we went up quite a few levels. We're at actually level 13 right now. We went from like level 10 to 13 during all that grinding because I forgot those things give you trailblazer levels. And we need 2 more level ups to get 10 more of these tickets right here, which I do want to get. But let's continue to go back to what we were doing with the story. We're about to meet the wildfires.
Where'd you now?
Let's get on with more of the story. Also, I tried Bailu out for a bit. She's an excellent healer. Mailbox tucked away the corner, try not to be noticed. Better not disturb it. Alright. Sure thing. But yeah, she's a pretty cool healer.
Huh. Where's Joshua?
Gosh.
What are those shiny rocks?
Ah, this is geomarrow, an exothermic ore. The underground and the surface are sealed off from one another, right? Well, only the geomarrow transport line is still running. The underground sends ore to the surface, and the surface sends goods to the underground. At least in theory. Most undergrounders are miners, and this is what they mine for a living. You know, if we didn't have geomarrow to burn, this world would have frozen to death long ago. Alright, let's keep moving. The person I was looking for isn't here.
Alright. Looking for a Josh, apparently. I'm also on the lookout for chests, too. I don't think I've ever been over here yet. Grocery store worker. What's the laundress humble shop? Ooh, you got stuff in here. Total is 50 shields. This is a different kind of currency. Champion's boots. I don't know what any of that stuff is, so I'll come back later when I know it. Any chests around or anything? Oh, there's one. I would have walked right past this. That's where that one is. I think I've had enough time. I can check those trashes later. Investigate? Area is not available. Ah, okay. Don't mind me, just looking around real quick. Beautiful mailbox glimmer. That bigger fish to fry? Wait. The corner of the yellowing envelope hanging from the edge. Just take it out. Rescue the fragile envelope. This is not a hyperbole, but the envelope is disintegrated. The paper scraps crumbled to the air, merged with the unique mine dust, and disappeared into the abyss with scorching air before the final act of Cloreo actions gave us salvation. Oh, was it nothing? That was a waste of time. Alright, let's move on. I could always explore all this stuff later. We don't need to see every nook and cranny of the town.
Oleg isn't here either? Where is everyone?
Nothing wrong, Sampo?
So you're leading us on another wild goose chase?
I wouldn't dare! Trust me, we're getting close.
Huh? What's that huge structure in the distance?
Oh, that's the furnace core. It's the pillar that connects the underworld and the overworld. People used to travel up and down that thing, but then...
Then what?
It's a long story. In any case, practically nothing moves up or down anymore.
Except you.
Oh, come on, my dear fellow. I thought we weren't going to discuss this. I beg you, the fewer rumors there are about it, the better.
We'll talk, Sampo.
You really said that to me.
Oh, back this way? Seems I gotta go up there now. But yeah, I can look around town my own time, really. And see all the dialogue and everything.
Usually always out on patrol here at this time.
Yeah, Sealy.
What's Wildfire up to?
Uh-oh.
Are they avoiding me?
You see her?
Hey, look! Who is that?
Rania.
Looks like she's in trouble.
My friends, don't just stand there. This drama doesn't need any more bystanders.
Oh? You know, it might be interesting to see you get in trouble.
We should avoid attracting too much attention. We can't just leave her.
Sampo's right, we can't just stand here. Donghan's right, we can't ignore this. Someone's right, does anyone need popcorn? But yeah, we can't ignore this.
Exactly! My boy, Cold Dragon Young. Young Master Dan Hung speaks with reason.
Let's help her.
All right, princess. Let's dispense with the pleasantries.
You dare catch someone on our turf? Well, how about a few rounds?
Darn it! Quick, disperse!
Spineless thugs.
Miss Zila, phew. It's a good thing you showed up when you did. My heartfelt thanks. These vagrants have got some nerve looking for trouble in Wildfire Terra.
Shut it, Sampo. This is you written all over it. Wildfire has countless issues on its plate right now. We don't need a side order of Koski. I hear Silvermane Guard is paying the underworld a visit. Is that you?
You kidnapped me and brought me to the underground. What is the meaning of this?
Listen to her. What is the meaning of this? She still thinks she's an overworld princess. Do you know what's become of us down here while you live the easy life? Did you even consider the fate of the underworlders?
Silvermane Guards aren't living the easy life. We are constantly engaged with the enemy, defending Belobog from the scourge of attacking monsters and protecting all those above and below the surface.
Do you even hear yourself? You protect the underground? Redeploying every guard to the surface? Sealing off the only passageway? Protecting the so-called architects, more like it.
The Madam Guardian has her reasons.
Enough talk. You're coming with me. Chief Oleg wants to see you, and he's got more than a few questions.
Perfect, Miss Hila. We were just on our way to pay Chief Oleg a visit ourselves. Room for a few more?
Fully booked. Who are they?
Fans of Sampo, you could say.
A friend of his? Then most of the underground is your enemy.
Well, it's like this.
Oh.
The chief's in the market for specific talent. An urgent request, so I'm taking them to see him.
We're looking for a Stellaron. It's the source of all the disasters here. If we find it, we can...
I would recommend you not recite your story to everyone you meet. Miss Hila won't understand it anyway, so let's save it for the chief, huh?
You're right. I don't understand it. And I don't plan on passing the message on either. Wildfire's encountered trouble at the Great Mine. The chief's busy. If you really want to find him, come look for me at the mine entrance. I'm leaving.
Well, alright then. Nice meeting you too. Complete missions, clear class, trying simulation, great increase trailblazing level. Really? Oh, it just does stop. Oh. Daily training is now available. Okay. Okay. I have to be level 14 to continue the story. Interesting. Well, since I'm in the middle of recording episode, what's up, Herta? Occurs some test. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Well, oh, we got a daily mission here too. Yeah, let's check that out real quick. A doorstep of science around the Gothic Hotel. Can I really go back to the overworld without... I mean, story-wise. I might as well go back there. Okay, let's go do that then. We'll just show this off, I guess, once. Like, I guess it's like daily missions and stuff. I guess we'll just like show this to see how it is in this game.
Where to now?
And then we'll move on. I don't want to make this too much of like a filler episode. I'd like to actually progress and do stuff. Yeah, level 14 to continue the story though. What's up, dude? Onto something, I know it. Ah, dang it. Get away again. It's all your fault. Oh, it's you. Do you need something? Just passing by, please continue. We're used to thinking of time as something that flows in space, as something static. But what if everything was the other way? Perhaps it's space that moves and whole the time is the one that's set in stone. Are you acting in the play? Shh, don't think this is theater. This is research. Don't break my train of thought. I just caught sight of the magnificence of the universe gushing towards me. About to pour out her great wisdom to the equal great mind as you interrupted me. Aren't you being a bit too dramatic? Right? And you're being really unenlightened. Wait a minute, aren't you a meddler who loves to get involved with other people's business? Well, you're in luck. I do need help right now. Is it dangerous? I'm not yet ready to sacrifice for science. You never are qualified to make any sacrifices. Oh, are you qualified to make any sacrifices? Anyways, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal at all. Besides, if you're the one who interrupted my train of thought, potentially running at the birth of the groundbreaking science theory and even jeopardizing the very future of space science itself, don't you think it's only fair that you make an amends by helping me now? Look at this paper of mine on the theory about the big universe time tunneling. This groundbreaking research should have been studied in the Supreme Guardian and applied to the research and development of our world. But those pencil pushers, bureaucrats are always trying to make trouble for me. I just need your help with a very simple thing. Give me the thesis of the Supreme Guardian. Let's hear what it has to achieve. Simple enough, let's go. Great, despite your lack of science augment? Your blind belief of the superstition of the traditional science, you lack critical thinking skills and you limited culture powerless. You still seem to be a decent person. Much better than those darn bureaucrats, at least. Alright. Where's the science? Sure, we'll check this out. Find the overworld office. Submit the thesis. Got it. And that's over there. It's just one mission to give you? Usually, I guess it only gives you one for this game. Maybe it'll give me 4 like it usually does in Genshin or whatever. Oh, collect. I gotta go around town finding stuff. I'm sorry, I'm busy. Please make an appointment if you already have an appointment while I'm on break. So you better get the numbers while I wait here. Wait until you're called. It's expected to be your turn in an hour. You said you were busy. Of course, administrative staff are always busy, but there's always so many things to think about. Admin works are always messy, or like messy yarn. There are only a few administrators to gather threads into skins. How could I not be busy? I'm going through work detail in my brain, even during my break. So please don't interrupt my work. Thank you. You understand, my friend? I have a thesis here. They want to give you a thesis to the Supreme Guardian? It's impossible to hand over directly to the Supreme Guardian, but handing over to public research for auditing by approval authorities is well within the rules. I need some details about you. What school did you graduate from? The Earth is my classroom. Yes. Okay, thanks for that. Let me see. Level education, semi-literate. In your case, as a researcher, with no formal education, we also need your answer to a question to prove that your thesis is worthy of the Ministry of Education and regulation time. Oh boy. Don't be nervous, it's very basic questioning. Here it is. Which of the more prime numbers are natural numbers? Both at the same amount? That's right. Very well. I applied the Ministry of Education to accept these thesis then. Run along then and wait for my news. We'll notify you when you're ready. Alright. Well, that was interesting. That was actually really quick. What a dialogue, too. Complete one daily. And a single battle effect. Oh. Oh, thanks for that. Daily training. Blazers, EXP, and all that stuff. Well, this would be... I was actually going to save this for a separate episode, but I guess we can work into this episode, too. There's some quests I didn't get to do, and they were back on the space... on Herta's space station. And this one's a simulated universe. Let's go back here. We can talk to Ireland. I think that's his name. But there's also like a boss here I want to kill too. I think it was level 11 last time. It was like very first episode of the series they're starting.
Where to now?
Let's talk with him and see what he has for us. Peppy? Can I pet him? Oof. This is Estes' pet dog. It's often set to auto walk mode, which no longer freaks the researchers out. Cute, lively puppy. You can tell that it's wagging its tail that it likes you. The puppy looks at you with certain anticipation. We tease you. Peppy looks at you in great spirits. Peppy, like peppy-haired Star Fox? It's a good opportunity to build a closer relationship with it. Oh, fucking scratch his belly. It seems like it doesn't want to expose its belly in public. Not that I find a dog that puts up a facade. Never thought I put up. Yeah. Peppy looks in great spirits. Let's just pet his head. Rubbing the fluffy plate of the palm with your palm, you can sense the sensation of his tail wagging quickly now. Peppy looks in good spirits, a good opportunity to build a closer relationship. Touch his paws. It's just like soft white palms in your hand. Warm paw pads, really squishy. You touch the beans. What about his belly? Oh, it doesn't want to expose his belly. Gotcha. Alright, see you later. I think you pet a dog. Hey, what's up, Arlen? Oh, it's you. Sorry, I didn't recognize you at first. I was just thinking of other ways to improve my security department emergency response training. After all, this is the most important part of Project Revival. If the Legion doesn't dare attack us again, I don't want to make it easier for them. Project Revival. Well, Project Revival is a set to post-disaster operational protocols that Lady Asta had, and the heads of the 5 department collaboratively develop using data gathering about damage sustained by the space station. It also involves many other confidential initiatives such as Rural Collection Squad, security zoning, and the Interstellar Peace Corporation damage assessment. Rural Collection what? Rural Collection Squad, security zoning, and the damage assessments of the Astral Peace Corporation are all part of the Project Revival. But implementation of the Project Revival is not easy, and Lady Asta believes that the numbers of the personnel needed exceed our previous estimates. Sorry if it seems like out of nowhere, but Isaiah, would you like to help? You protect me in the past with those battling those Legion monsters. You're a truly trustworthy comrade. That's why I immediately thought of you seeking help. And your help. How come you never have anything good for me? Huh? Isn't that a good thing? Not too difficult, really. The department staff is busy with the Project Revival, so you can go to every zone in the space station to see if it needs assistance. By the way, here's your commission fee, a total of $648. I'm not sure how much I should offer you since my living expenses are already covered by the space station. I have no idea how much more you're worth. I won't charge you anything. Hopefully with your help, Project Revival Lady Esther will finally get a good night's sleep. Let's do that. Oh boy. A whole group chat. Which choices do I have? Not the one to watch for the sunlights. Believes in justice, love it. Oh, sorry, I'm researching the convenience in any way taken myself, like to the rest of your admirers. We're still queuing to add you to our friends list. As for all those requests that are already received, it's up to you to decide what to do with them. Alright. Cool. Oh, is there still more to that? Guess I don't know people better you, youngsters can't even sleep at night. What is this spam? Why do I don't have a virus? I'm offended. You think you're funny? Oh, her does propaganda system. Memorize the security center. Please stay alert from anonymous messages from unknown sources. Do I unsubscribe? I knew it was a scam. That's a whole nother mission. Jeez, alright. Well, keep them coming. We gotta get our level up somehow. This might be a old side thing. Might be a side quest episode, really. Let me see. Go to revival. Where is this? All the way over there. Okay, well I want to go fight that one boss we didn't fight in the beginning. He's over here. Since we're level 20, we can't get any higher than that. Also, I think I... Oh, we look back in traces. I did get this unlocked for March, which is an ice boost damage. This for Donghong, which is damage boost wind. And I unlocked this for Bailu, which is just more HP, basically. I did that off screen.
We need a strategy.
Yeah, this guy. This guy was tough before. Shouldn't be a problem though. Yeah, definitely not a problem. Oh, I should have put up a shield. Yeah, that's fine. At least now we got a healer. 68.
Looks like somebody needs a doctor.
So used to fast forwarding. I've just been grinding so much off
I have
screen.
no interest in stoking conflict. The truth of life and death. This sanctuary is but a vision.
100.
With me out here, how can we lose?
Definitely need a shield. That guy's broken. Angle me? Oh, it's blocking her burst. Gotcha.
Time to show you. What's in your prescription?
Yeah, you basically gain invigoration, and I think I don't remember what
Step
invigoration
aside.
does.
I have no interest in stoking conflict.
I'll have to look at it again. I know it does something. I just haven't. I've only been playing with her for a bit.
Might be 10 to
So I
your
need skill
wound.
points. Get that wind splint though.
You have the worst luck.
Yeah, this guy's doing like nothing.
Clemency?
He's tanky though.
Somebody needs a doctor.
Rules are made to be broken!
There we go. He did. There's a beach chest here.
Looks good.
Precious one. With a light cone in it. Awesome. That definitely did help us get levels up quite a bit. Ultimate. Yeah, Stellar Jade. I'm actually... Omni sensor. Phone. Oh, synthesize. Oh, we can craft stuff now. Right. Yes, you can make food. Material exchange. Different raw materials. Right. Oh, at least wants me to do it once. Add these two and go. This is like the whole crafting thing. And this is like the whole, whatchamacallit? This is cooking, this is like the whole alchemist kind of aspect of it. Nice. Get out of the way. Now we're at level 14. That was quick. Well, might as well still keep going with the side quests and all that. Might as well do them. And I'll probably do most. Yeah, this will probably be a side questy episode. Excuse me. Oh, there's people in here. This is where we went through with Kafka and Silverwolf. Abraham? Nice bowl haircut, nerd. He's asserted the zone is not completely under control of the Kuro Collective Squads. Why is your voice shaking? Shaking? It's not. You must have misheard. Whew. Calm down, Abraham. As a member of the Kuro Collection Squad, you must always stay calm. Fear, if picked up by others, will not make everyone distract you, but also ruin your chances of avenging Alfred. His cynical transferred me to the optional detention terminal so you could follow the lead with one. Ming did? Head of the Kuro Collection Squad. To toughen myself in the front lines. But as soon as I came here, I encountered a problem about reactivating the space anchor over there. Is it too hard? You think so too? Great, I'm not alone. Well, actually, the activation itself isn't the difficult part. You just need to get close to the space anchor, and the biological polarity of your body will be enough to activate it. The real challenge is the monsters along the way. That's not a problem. Back when I was working the obstacle detectional terminal, there was nothing but a distant shadows I could just brush aside. Then an invasion happened. That's when I learned they got Alfred. My heart being filled with hatred. When I became a member of the Kuro Collection Squad, I met them face to face. All I felt was fear. At the moment, Alfred's fading eyes flashing in my head. I felt short of breath with cold sweat all over my body and my legs trembling. What a loser, right? I couldn't just find courage to go through with it and activate the space anchor. And it has been like this for several days. Just leave it to me. Really? I admire you. Your perseverance and courage is enough to face death that have inspired me. I'm well aware of the limitations, so just wait here for an update from you. There's like the space anchor. Yeah, we'll do that. You can just go anywhere in this place. Yeah, we've never been in here. Oh, there's a chest. I think there's... Oh, this is a whole different section. There's like 2 out of 8 chests. I think in this section? Not sure. What's in here? Triple authentication failed. Opening hatch is forbidden. Even the space station permit is unable to open this hatch. Entering mysterious cabin seems to be required with extra effort. Probably an override somewhere. Oh, this guy is nothing. Yeah, that fight was nothing.
Reach the end of the story in your own way.
Oh, but this fight looks like to me a little more of a challenge. You got precious chest. Wait, what level is he? Oh, 13. That's nothing. Looks like another mini boss. Here, Mars, why don't you go?
Sometimes. Check out this awesome move.
Move carefully. The time is now. The truth of life and death. Reveal this sanctuary is but a vision.
I like his burst or Ultima.
Stay right there while I give you a present.
What's wrong with this?
Rules are made to be broken!
Let me tend to your wounds.
Not too tanky.
Gotta get those vitamins.
But yeah, she heals like multiple targets. It picks a little bit. It's random which one it picks. But it seems to be whoever's lowest on health that seems to heal them.
Running into me.
Bonk. But yeah, she doesn't do a crazy amount of damage. But she's an excellent healer.
Try that again.
In fact, she's one of the best healers in the game, apparently.
Clemency.
Watch this.
About this!
Looks like somebody needs a doctor. Huh? Yeah.
That bleed effect, though. That's nothing. And we're done. A solid crit hit of 50. Formidable foe defeated. Special access card is value distinguished from the others. The corner are chipped and written are worn out. It's unclear if it works. When the lighting is the current angle, the words blank come into vaguely and seeing them printed on the card. It's a broken card. Arrows, nice. Yeah, this is like the very, very beginning of the game. What was this saying? A very ordinary little robot providing very ordinary life service aboard the space station. You notice a bunch of sticking out of the robot. You might think it might be the power button. Force shutdown. You notice the little robot's been standing by here for some time. You push the power button, sending the little robot into sleep mode. You save just a teensy bit of power from the space station. It's not much, but it's enough to make you puff out your chest in pride. Alright. That either might be a thing or not. I know I'm stuck on the wall. I wanted to claim this. I saw this. So this is like your dailies, right? There's a bunch of stellar prisms. Oh, we got more of this done. Look at that. We already hitting level 3. Get a 4-star light cone. Oh, this is like the equivalent to so like in Genshin, there's like 5 different weapons that were at the end of a battle pass or in the middle or whatever, and you can pick whatever one you want. Still there to this day. They never changed that. They never changed the weapons or anything. Alright, well, let's head back, or let's see if this works. Authentication with your card. Please make sure you have the complete triple authentication. Many requests to access terminal. Wish to access tier 1. Mission successful. The blur surveillance video recording. Final image research. Tier 2. Activation synchronizing program. Activation successful. Beacon signal coming from the storage zone. Okay. What about tier 3? From the base zone. guess I can't do much with that. There's just a bunch of stuff it's listing. Hey, we're back. Left to hunt. The hunt on the left, the harmony is on the right, and the erection is in the heart. The dragon on your chest? Oh, it's done. I can hear something, but no matter what happens, even if I die the next second, I must finish reciting this phrase. The hunt on the left, the harmony on the right, and the erudition in the heart, and the preservation on the chest. Alright, well done, Abraham. Wow, you're back already. I only recited the mortal chain 167 times. On the space anchor, it's already activated. Well, damn. Actually, when I was reciting the chant, I figured it all out. Since you helped me complete my task already, I can now continue staying on the team, and will eventually hunt down the monster that killed Alfred and avenge him. I'll provide that to you that I have the courage to take the step before the long night of death. I hope this isn't our last encounter. Very well. Yeah, no problem. Who's texting me? Rocky. Hey Ray, why didn't you text back? Sorry, whoever's reading this, please tell me you live. When you meet her, that Rocky will be waiting for her at the space station. Who's Lei? Another quest is. Jeez, alright. This is all on the space station? Jeez, her space station has a lot of stuff on here. Yeah, we're definitely cleaning this place out, though, at least for the most part. Anything up here? That's a door, but that doesn't go anywhere. This door goes somewhere. Oh. It goes in here. Any chests? Don't mind me as I'm breaking stuff in here. You know. Oh, there it is. Oh, this is like the investigate? Fully automatic medical examination service pod of the service. Current number in line 0. Verification progress. Estimating time wait 5 seconds. Perfect to 1 verification successful. In medical examination. Initiate medical examination system. Relax your mind, not become too nervous or anxious. Examination complete. The medical examination report has been generated. Please use the space station terminal to check the report. If you have any questions about the results, please consult the researchers in the medical department. Alright. That was nothing. But there was a chest in there, so there's that. Let's go ahead and head over here then. Up. People in here. Hinkle? Your name's Hinkle? Also, nice throw there. What is this battle of intellects? Is a source of pride physical exertion being shamed? It's completely nonsense. So physical labor doesn't count as work now. They're going to show you what all real work is about. Yep, show them. All the staff presents attention, please. Herta Space Station is undergoing a difficult period of revival. In the battle with the Legion, some of our colleagues were slaughtered by monsters, and their cold bodies were thrown into the silent space. Brutal. Swarmed with monsters. Don't worry, just leave it to me. You say monsters, I can take care of it. And repair stuff along the way. Gotcha. Oh. Fragment? Celeron bursting out. Bursts coming out of the fragment corrosion. They're connected to Celeron within you. But I can't do anything about them. Unearthed Marvel. Unearthed Marvel is made out of special optical material. When put into the direct contact with the life forms, the touch blocks are illuminated like all the blocks of the ethical path. Gotcha. You can use the blocks to teleport. When you're trying to use such a block, when you be teleported when you're not the same color. Yeah. Okay. It's a puzzle, basically. You do this, and you're all good. Oh, there's a guy here. Hey up! I probably won't be showing most
Reach
of the
end
fights on this.
story in your own way.
Collect. Because a lot of it's just like really weaker enemies. So there's really no point in showing fights. Unless it's like a boss or whatever. Mini boss fights I'll show, but like regular fights like that I'll probably just skip over them. If I can get to level 15 this episode, that'd be great. Nope, I see another guy way over there. Return to the safety zone, report to Hinkle. Hinkle. Hang on, before that, I want to go over here because I see Herda's over here for some reason. But also this guy's here.
We need a strategy.
Hello. You're level 16, I don't care.
Move carefully.
Open with this.
Rules are made to be broken! Decisive strike!
Move carefully.
Let's see. Two of those guys are weak to ice. Then do this.
Gotta try hard sometimes. Check out this awesome move.
The truth
you wanna
of
hit
life
this guy?
and death, revealed in an instant. This sanctuary is but a vision.
Decent
Let's go.
damage. Get rid of this guy on the right. Bleeding effects now in.
You don't
Void
look so
cannon.
good.
Oh hey.
Look, listen, feel, kick!
Congratulations, Bailey. You've now broken enemy. Oh, he actually is hard. And he's locking on my healer. Here, let's do this.
Time to show
And to heal.
what's in your prescription! Thanks a lot.
That guy's gonna have a problem in a minute. Try to break him, but I don't think it's gonna
You
work
have
out
the
too
worst
well.
luck running into me. Watch this!
I probably should put up a shield, but whatever. I think we'll be fine.
Somebody needs a doctor. Yeah.
Don't worry about me.
That triple healed him. Oh, that did nothing. Oh yeah, that's another thing. If you take damage, you can heal some of the damage off too. That was another thing that... I think that's what Invigoration does. Like when you get hit. Yeah, paralyzed. Or shocked or
My
whatever.
turn.
I think that's what Invigoration does. Like once you get hit. I don't know. I'll have to look at the... how she works again. Let's do this right away.
Rules are made to be broken!
And he's almost done. Oh, I thought she was gonna finish him off. That'd be kind of funny. And we're done. Nice.
Looks good.
Collapsing sky. That's a 3 stars light cone. Max technique points. Oh, I already messed it up. Hang on. Right, portals. Oops. I didn't mean to. There we go. Herda, why are you over here? No reaction from the puppet. It looks like Herda hasn't come online yet. Just chilling here? Did you just leave your puppets everywhere? Probably. I mean, you had a puppet, you probably do the same, right? Back when I was an unknown researcher, I was told by the first group of people who worked with on the construction of the Hurta space station, the universe is never friendly. Rather, it's vast and dark. In this vast universe, we are countless pairs of eyes staring at the space station with various intentions. Some covet this curious, while others envy its natural reality and freedom. Others despise this, as others see it as a chess piece that can be destroyed and be trampled on. Perhaps we researchers are the only one who understand this joy. This is why it's up to us to give everything we have to protect it. Absolutely. Got something. Hold on, what's this? Oh, the quest. Chat with Wayne, gotcha. Wayne? Oh, we're missing like one chest on here. Oh, I'll see if I can find it real quick. Left safe zone.
Told you I could.
Let's make it good. The end of the story in your own way.
Wait a minute, this is the rare enemy. Yeah, that's a new enemy right there.
Fighting is meaningless.
It's a warp throttle. Throttler?
Tough luck running into me.
Yeah, we want this thing dead.
This awesome move.
The truth of life and death. The sanctuary is but a vision. Break!
Tough luck running into me.
Got it.
My turn.
Let's go.
Nice. Yeah, that thing gives you stellar
Reach the
Stellar
end
Jade.
of the story in your own way.
Tenacious Piggy. I only know this. Excuse me. I only know this because I saw my friend run into it. Capture a warp throttle one time. I didn't really capture it, I kind of just murdered the hell out of it. But you know, who's really keeping track? Oh, another one of those robots. The ordinary robot providing life service. You notice a button for shutdown. I guess I gotta turn all this off. Not really sure what I'm doing with that. I'm trying to look for like one more chest so I came over here. Chests don't really get marked. Oh, it's probably in here. Yeah, this would make sense if it's in here. Dude down there. Wait a minute, did I get them all? Oh, I did get them all. Oh. Well, what the hell? This is for something then. Oh, I thought I could hop down. Okay, gotcha. Now I can't go back.
I've no interest in conflict.
Told you I could.
I love that fast forwarding option.
Reach
It's so
the end of the
nice.
story in your own way.
This also helped me with this game. This also helped me figure out what I want to do for like another JRPG series I have in mind. I don't want to say it is yet because I don't know if I'm going to do it. But yeah, it's definitely something I have in mind.
Done it without me.
Well, I'm gonna say that. There's a chest here. Do you mean the Genshin where even though it lists all the chests, there's probably still gonna be some hidden chests here and there? Probably. I think it's above me. It's in that room. Okay. I activated that. We can't activate that. It's definitely a little bit of a puzzle here. Ah, okay. That makes much more sense. So now we go forward. I just ran past that. I like the hologram running, the sound effects it's making. Yeah, I think for like these side quest episodes, I'll probably like not really have too much fighting. Just get to the point with the whole side quests and all that. On the sea floor from the room in quiet corners, it's a puzzle site. The card can be seen glimmering faintly. The special access card vaguely distinguished from the others. 200 chip, right, a certain angle. Oh, found another one of those. It's an empty room with a single card in it.
Oh, shiny.
Nice.
Ooh, sparkly.
How many Stellar Jades do I have now? Wow, 532. I had like 70 something or whatever. Didn't have much. Here for vacation time, and you heard you need help here. The Majestic Legions of the Chaos of Herda, the Kuro Cabinet. We can never seem to take a break from it all. Time to bid farewell to the research and retire a quiet, long, leisure life. Happy and free? I see you're a man of culture as well. Hey, nice. You also come from here to unwind, and even picks at the same spot as me. So I don't often get a chance to waste time like this. Enjoy it while you can. That is true. Not all for turmoil going on. I would still be locked up in the cabin doing their so-called research. I've already made it this far with a full head of hair at that. Yeah, indeed. No need to worry about the other people living better than you. The worst that can happen is we all perish together. Look at it this way: even if there's a neutrino burst that hurls the destruction, it's still worth to see such a beautiful sight. I'm so happy to be free, wasting my own life. Just so happy. Need help with anything? What do you say? You already shared some of my joy, so I might as well share some of my chores. Well, in the Department of Application Arts, I've received orders to take stock of various losses of space station. That includes evaluating areas in the railway platform. All assets damaged by the Legion in the areas, whether mobile or immobile, must be photographed. Report to IPC. My hands are full already. I got you. Be on the way. I'll be waiting for you here. Pictures, huh? Snap a photo of the Astral Express. Snap a photo of the broken robot. Does it mark these areas? Oh, it does. They're right there. Gotcha. Broken robot. But yeah, it's like I wanna save up golden tickets, but at the same time, I wouldn't mind if I got a Sela, which I think I can actually do a 10 pull, but I'll wait till the end of the episode to do that. I like saving those for the end. Photographic recognition. You just take a picture or something, target with the ring, you hold it. Yeah, manually photographed. Cool. You don't need to save it or anything. I like how it's a quick action. Yeah, you got a picture of the train. Yeah, so we'll report right back to him.
Wanna go take some pictures?
We just did. Anyways, welcome back. Meet again. Are you here for vacation this time? Feel free to sit next. Have a break. I took a picture of everything. Back already? You're fast. You have plenty of blank space in the laser. Let's see what you managed to capture. Well, strictly speaking, the Express isn't part of the space station. Hey, you're one of the Express folks, right? I'll do you a favor, and add its damages to the books. Broken robot. Streamlined body, a silver white metallic luster. This is a robot Asta ordered. I have to admit, she has great taste. Are these enough? More or less. I'll put these in the leisure. Heard his Asta's damage evaluation list. Gotcha. If you want to read this yourself, I'll just slowly scroll past it. You can pause it when you need to. Probably just unnecessary though. Are you done yet? Don't just nose around. A few lines. There are thousands of items on this list. You don't say, and IPC will reimburse every one of them. There's no need to be coy about it. Also, I'll sort out the leisure with a submission later. You should get some rest. Well, thanks for that, I guess. What else we got? Got the closed beta. Send the being to a faint star. You got done with that. What's this guy need help with? Is that a bubble? Fucking bubbles! Bubbles are floating in the air, colorful glowing gliding on the surfaces. For some reason they form an image that seems to carry on profound meaning. Touch it. Send your arm around, a fingertip stops extremely close to the bubble. Nothing happened. Perhaps you should ask for more info about someone who knows about this. Just a bubble here. Weird. What's up, Rocky? Should I make it witty? Nah, sentimental is better. Elegance? Well, you probably shouldn't use idioms in a poem. I use dark silk or white gown. My brain. It's hurting my brain. What are you doing? I'm just writing a poem. Can't you see the drafts on the desk? Where? Oh, your interruption reminds me. How come Leslie still hasn't replied to my letters? Those of all after all those poems I sent her. Who's Leslie? Leslie's a prominent researcher in the Department of Insights. The only scholar who has visited the abundance segmentium in the Amber Era. Okay. You sure it's time for you? Well, of course she does. Ever since Leslie left, she has communicated on and off through Galaxy Airways repeaters. She would never ignore me, though. We are tens of thousands light years away. That was weird. What was that? The only time she hasn't replied to me. I confessed my love to her in my last letter. I usually just talk to her about types of rocks. With rocks and mud we see in the Department of Galactic Geography. Rats. Show some respect to your own disciplines, will ya? I really don't understand why Leslie stopped answering me. I can think of one reason. I confessed my love for her. We used to chat a lot of things, but from which the 101 Aeon instruments from the Department of Insights required gun bread to. And how about use the astro rods to examine the quality of soil, thus determining the rise and fall of the inhibitors of the plants. Bro, you're very romantic. Ghosting she might just be affection. Who the hell talks about mud with a girl? Mud? What's wrong with mud? With Leslie, it's fun, even when I talked about mud. Besides, during our communications, we confessed my love. She told me in a specular starquake. Think about it. A star died. Most people would try to hide, but not my Leslie. Not only did she get first-hand observation data, she even saved a galaxy hitchhiker who almost died. You have no idea how surrounded in her. She sounded in her reply. Even the airwaves repeat signals were cheerful. When I received a reply from her, I can't help but picture a smile on her face, like to carve into a rock. That's a little weird. Before the Legion invasion, I had a bunch of rocks all lined up on a row on my desk. Unfortunately, they went missing in all the chaos. Reckless romance. It's determinal to your research. Anyway, there's no sign that she's gonna reject me. I don't receive her reply within the usual time frame. It means something must have gone wrong. The Galaxy Airwave repeater. My investigation, I found a group of gruesome Legion monsters occupied the area with the signals terminated. Can you help me find out what that is? Yeah, I can. Don't help him. All he thinks about is airwave repeaters. He hasn't done any proper work more than 10 days. Shame on you. I'll help you. Nice. Don't listen to my master. If you have time to listen to him, you wouldn't have found the Galaxy Airwave repeater already. The air repeater next to the disposal site. If If you can resume our communication, I promise to reward you as a best man. Gotcha. I don't know if I want to be best man for that. Could just be not wanting to talk. I don't know. Back in the storage zone. God, everything's here. Yeah, apparently we're all good here. Oops, wrong way. Hello, safe zone. I was trying to hit that. Investigate. Error. Abnormal route. Detachment protection activated. Detach ultra nickel parts missing. Ultra nickel parts? The error repeater. It's quite odd. I'm stuck on the chair. 100 meters. Oh, it's all in there. I guess. Okay, well, we already explored this area. Ultra nickel part. Investigate. Airwave is online. Transmitting airwave has not been detected. If needed, please select the historical sign decoding record. This one? Oh, gee. I guess this stuff I will read. Hold on. Sorry about that. I need my water. I guess this stuff I will read. Hierarchy, at least ahead of space-time. The inherited research team landed on the planet and the neighboring system, the Abundance Galaxy. The air here is so refreshing. Even though this place isn't actually Aeon territory, it's already able to generate extremely high degrees of oxygen being close to the Aeons. The first time witnessing typophanity, I've always stayed inside the space station once reading about it. This is like living under a rock. As the repeater signal is about to end, I feel like I said a lot of meaningful things. Sorry. We could keep up the good work. Consider space station. Don't worry, I scored excellent with the previous evaluation. Leslie, for what I said, was very interesting. It's definitely not a waste of time. Tell me everything you see. I'm waiting to hear from you. So these two have been messaging each other back and forth. You said it was different. Oh, Leslie, do you still have the astro rod I gave you? So it was difficult to use it before. I looked through some ancient text today, found a method for it, and been eager to share it with you. Place around the soil straight and direct, straight as in not crooked, and straight as in not bent. Hold the rod with both hands and pierce it straight into the dirt. Inspect the starlights, or straightness. Using the mirror to focus the light. The light reaches the bottom, you're all set. If the light lands on the walls of the holes, then it's bent. Memorize it and tell me if it works. Unknown light years. Oh, silly Rocky. Astro rods are so outdated nowadays. Hasn't the one you guys have at your school also been sitting in the collection cabinet? All those tools and research team now uses it to measure planetary soil from IPC. Well, seeing as it's the astro rod that you gave me, I suppose I try figuring out how it works. I believe that you're digging up some precious rare earth elements. This shouldn't be a problem. Hey, aren't you always doing research with rocks? What's your favorite color mineral? Try looking into it. I don't know. Well, Rocky can... I like how his name is... I just realized. I like how his name is Rocky and he's doing like rock and earth research. That's kind of funny, actually. You get some experimenting now? Main starlight, the abundance segmentium experiencing the gravitational collapse due to the unknown influence. Soon after, there was a starquake. Flashes in the universe, gamma afterglow fills everything with visible range. Such a rare sight. A team member that promised that you come with me before I got scared and ran away. It's so nice if you were here. So don't be mad, okay? Got scared and ran away. Good. From now on, don't accept any more gifts from that guy. It's obvious he's unreliable. I don't know, man. Actually regretting our little argument. You scared me deaf when you said Starquake. I thought something bad happened to you, but now I know the beauties of the Starquake are a result of danger. Let's go and watch it together next time. I will be right next to you, even if it's dangerous. What I mean is, if possible, from now on, I like to stay by your side. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? That's confessing your love? Oh, there's more. 2 more, okay. No signal, no decoding record was found during this period. Did Lisa not reply? This one shouldn't have anything either. Rookie, how silly you. Of course I understand what you mean. As for my answer, cord is damaged. Go figure. Poor guy. And here's Sir Rebecca looking up. You sweet love. Why was a record damage here? Cannot identify. Warning, you enter the fully surveillance area. The space station do not conduct inappropriate behavior towards the repeater. Airwaves online. Your record is damaged. Full surveillance area. Better check the surveillance in the monitoring room. Looks like someone has done something to the repeater. And this is in the base zone. Oh, that room. We were just there. Love. Anyways, investigate. Authentication passed. Please choose the surveillance area. Want to review for storage zone, safe zone. Isn't that March 7th, dang, huh? They look like they were in a hurry to do something. Forget it. The most important thing is to find the surveillance record for the repeater. Base zone, safe zone. During this time, to capture the camera, the safe zone's repeating hall hasn't been set up. The Kuro collection squad is nowhere to be seen, only to be wandering monsters and legion. Master control shift room? I can't believe the surveillance camera captured Asta and the two rarely seen youngster researchers. But not in the area I should be investigating. Next page. Just as I want to review the maintenance room? Surveillance room footage clearly shows someone trapped in the repulsion bridge. Proposal site. Found it at last. Cameras only captured the image of the blurry figure from behind it. It looks like Bernard? Freaking Bernard. Medical cabin. Research under medical treatment. Medical cabinet. End of observation. Shane, goodbye. Now I know who that is. Let's confront him and find out the truth. Freaking Bernard, man. Doesn't like people being in love, I guess. Maybe there's something more to it.
Wanna go take some pictures?
Bitch. Oh, Asta. Back at the space station is not too much I'd like to talk about to only talk to you about. If it's not too much trouble, we can go over chat. I have a bad feeling about this. No need to bother you. I'm heading back to the Express. Except teasing. I really have something urgent to talk about. I've been waiting for you in the usual spot. Please hurry. She's so many missions. Companion mission. We'll save that for next time, I think. We're just here to do a bunch of side stuff. This game's gonna load me up with so much stuff. Bernard is here somewhere? Oh, there he is. Well, hang on. Oh, that's Hinkle. Okay. I thought she was standing next to the bubble. I don't know what you're talking about. I think people should spend more time studying instead of wandering around. It's been captured by the security footage. So you fix the machine. Yeah, here you go. Thanks to you kids, I was worried to death. It's damaged the record for Rocky's own good. He's far gone in his research because of that Leslie. Not to mention, you have no idea what happened right now. Leslie. Did she say yes? Did she say no? Did something happen to her? No, she's safe and sound, and she said yes to Rocky's confession. But they can't be together. If you think I'm the only one being difficult here, you are wrong. Don't get ahead of yourself. They can't be together. They never will be together. You know why? No, you don't. People rarely understand what the Starquake means. With proper protection, a Starquake will not cause physical damage to humans. However, the gravitational collapse causes the Starquake to be severely changed in the space-time called voucher of the segmentium. For example, the time in Leslie's segmentium was once a straight line like ours, but now it's been pressed into a huge canyon by gravity. Clearly, a curve is no longer in a straight line. Therefore, the time curve of their segmentium is going to cover several times in length when it will be converted to our timeline. You know what that means? Flow of time will be different. It means the velocity of time is different from hers. As the star quakes, the temporary difference between Leslie's and ours will gradually increase. It is possible that the time it takes for her to reply or I will change within 1 month to a year, maybe even 10 years. This isn't just about her message, but everything she does. Until she leaves the abnormal gravity environment, every month she spends in the galaxy will be equal decades for us. Let's say Rocky, including us, is living in a point Jack called the present. Like, compared to Leslie, he's living in the future. I used to be a young man once. In my opinion, it's not being able to be with someone you love is even more cruel than being rejected. Maybe there are other ways, but there aren't any. After knowing the truth, Rocky will have waited 10 times longer for that message. It should have arrived right away. He would have to live the lonely presence and wait for the future containing Leslie to finally come to him. How much time will spend waiting? Maybe Leslie will finally return to the space station? When he's old and decrepit like me. The flow of time for her is slow. Maybe at that time she'll be as young as she is today. When that time comes, are they going to be together? We might transcend space, but time is beyond our reach. You are way too young. You don't understand. Things that are better for things that require a lot of waiting don't usually end up well. He'll never give up if he doesn't know the truth. Naive kids. At first I thought of the damaging the records, taking away the parts, and blame everything on the monsters. I could keep Rocky in hopes that one day the repeater will be repaired. Now, since you found it, the decision's up to you. 2 signal locks call out the repeater red and blue. The red lock contains Leslie's reply, including the truth about the starquake. To be honest, even I can't imagine what Rocky would do after finding out the truth, given how impulsive he is. Blue lock is forged and was Leslie's refused Rocky. Don't think about how this is as cruel this way. Rocky will have to wait for her reply in the future. He can just move on with his life. Call this red truth and blue lie. It's up to you to decide which one to give him. Take them, give him some thoughts. Rocky's waiting for your news. Holy shit. Oh man. What do I give him?
I have 10 life insurance policies on the go.
Alright. And life insurance policies? Oh. You know what? No, I think you should know. You shouldn't hesitate. You should the red one's for me. Oh man. This game. Whoops. Think about it. Jeez. No, I don't think you should know. Yes, it is. Take the blue one. Oh, yeah, thank you, bro. Can't believe that Leslie rejected me? I tried so hard to answer all the questions she asked. I laughed at every joke she made. Even our message... You've seen our message, right? She cared about me, comforts me. This is how colleagues behave. Maybe she has her own reasons. Reasons? What kind of reasons? She's bathing in divine blessing? She receives the first-hand information, gets to work on top of the researchers? If she really has a reason, then there's no one to blame. I've been hassling her without knowledge or boundaries. I can't believe it's what I've been waiting for. I shouldn't have asked you to fix this. It's so embarrassing. I should have been so confined. I'm only a small potato in the Department of Galactical Geopolitics, the bottom of the space station food chain. It must be stupid to think I was good enough for a prominent researcher at the Department of Insight. Don't think about it. Who's she surrounded with? The aggravated wisdom of the entire galaxy, or even the universe? Who am I? I ain't even listen. I'm not even in the same league. Master's gonna lecture me when he sees me being pathetic again. Your research is more important. Yeah, you're right. Just rejection. It's no big deal to me. What am I gonna do with these rocks? Ridiculous carvings. I even gave away my astral rod. I better go apologize to my master. There should be another one in the space station. Not even anything expensive anyways. I should shift my focus back to my research. After all, some people recognition doesn't matter. Recognition from my colleagues is what matters. One day someone will see my advantages. Am I right? Well, some calcium powder got into my eyes. Who would have thought I would have get in my eyes? I should go fix this. See you, bro. Alright, well that happened. I don't even know if that was the right thing to do. Oh, it can ascend now. Great. That's great to know. I will do that later. I feel bad. Damn it. I feel like she should have just told him the truth. But maybe that would have hurt him in the long run and got him killed or whatever. What's up, Herta? What are you doing out here? I haven't completely lost interest in you. Ask what you gotta ask. Oh yeah, what's with the strange bubbles? Oh, this is a top secret. Outsiders can never know about these things. You must sign a non-disclosure agreement first. Fine, I'll sign it. Great. You have a paper and pen from her. No, leave your signature. The paper is made by a bizarre material, and the ink dries up in the moment it touches the paper. When you move the tip of the pen away, your heart suddenly flutters. Please bear in mind this is agreement a more legally binding contract. You also have to abide by the laws of imaginary. Laws of imaginary? Laws of the universe and the world. It's the unbreaking law. When you sign an agreement, you can't ask anything you like in the memory bubble. Just make sure you're out of sight of entities from the Garden of Recollection. In fact, I don't even think there's any troubling, even if they catch you. Memory bubbles. The Garden of Recollection is a way to seal the memories of others, to preserve memories that they created of sanitation memory, to keep memories wrapped up in a bubble, making it easy to carry memories around. They have more advanced technologies called light cones. Hey, we've been using those. But that doesn't capture just memories. It's a shame they can never master light cone technology without blessing the Aeon fully. Recollections. A faction of the worship the Aeon fully. In their opinion, the world is defined by everyone's perception, and their memories are proof of the world's existence. They're willing to forego their physical bodies for that purpose. If you ask me, the Garden of Recollection, the architects, the family, the antimatter legions are all idiots. They observe worship their Aeons. They obsessively worship their Aeons. Who's the Momo Keepers? They're a member of the Guardian Recollection who travels between the worlds, collecting precious memories. You're one of them sooner or later, but I bet the memory of the Galactic Express passenger is highly sought after them. You could get lucky if you need more civilized Momo Keepers. I sense they might use an amazing memory to exchange with yours. However, watch out for the Momo Snatchers. They're the radicals in the Garden of Recollection. They won't give you a heads up before stealing your memory. Oh, sounds nice. Can I touch the bubble now? Sure, just touch it with your forehead. Remember to close your eyes and keep your heads or your head will start spinning. What? Want me to headbutt it? Alright, well there's one over here. I want to see where this goes now. Bubbles floating in the air, colorful glow gliding on the surface for some reason informing imaginary sense. Touch it. Press the bubble, chill sensation piercing through your skin, flesh, and bones. It goes down deeper. Staring at a woman's surreal face concealed underneath the whirled brim of her hood, you can hardly believe that the bizarre stories just happened. She's been told gods really exist in the elevators and the mortals. Gods aren't almighty, but each holds a different authority and walks different roads. This is too ridiculous. She even claims that there's some Imanitor and Mirror Holder. The woman nods. It's normal for you to be confused. She speaks in a calm, cold tone, as she can see through you. The woman then reaches underneath her silk cloak. Her slender figure takes out a gleaming, sharp object, dazzling by the glow. Try to take a closer look, only get distracted again by the woman's voice. This is a mirror of transcendence. Look at them. Look at what the Aeons look like. Woman's voice remains frosty. Staring into the mirror, curiosity gets the better of you. Instead of your own reflection, it's a magnificent sculpture. The sculpture shatters from the bottom, top to bottom, as if it was struck by light. It splits vertically into the halves and separate parts from the fully independently. The left part of the sculpture is a muscular man. The right part of it is a gorgeous woman. Each part has two arms extending towards the other. To support, they lift each other. You also hold a carving knife to each, as they are crafting each other. A pair of twisting, entangled, and intertwined bodies look like a spiral made of stone. Yet they are joined together from the waist down. You are memorized, fascinated by the remarkably gorgeous and bizarre postures. Suddenly your gaze meet the eyes, and being in the mirror, stunned, you quickly withdraw yourself from the extraordinary experience. So this is your god, you mumble? No, this is what beauty in the purest form looks like, in your perception. The woman shakes her head as she strokes the cracked mirror in her hands. This is what they are. Alright, well that was weird. Probably some more lore added, right? Oh, cool. I can claim that. I probably won't show that then. It's just more added text and lore. I'll probably get those bubbles in my own time. If anything interesting happens, I probably will record it. Cryptoconch infected. Oh, wait. Wait, didn't we have to talk to her about something? I guess I am gonna have to start that. Well, let's go do the simulation stuff real quick. Let's get that done. Domain combat, 1 out of 3. Alright.
Too late to repent.
Told you I could fight.
Let's go. I've no interest.
Tough luck.
Strange light thing happening. Chill creeps up on your spine, mist clouds in your eyes, and you see a familiar vision appearing. This time you were even close. You can even feel the presence of the power of Fuli, the Aeon we embrace. Hearing again, floating in the mid-air bolt, their head up from above. Are they looking at you? You're not sure which section of their eyes. Tell yourself to stay sober and complete the mission. Speak to them. I managed to control my mind. You have to turn to the time. Your direction of duty will pass. The volume is no longer prostonial. The steps are reduced 1 step, 2 steps, 3 feet away from everything. Be careful, the LO train moves forward. If baby falls to the ground, the cancer is growing. They respond to you after hearing what you say. Feel chill in your face and your skin shudder. Then they draw you away and disappear in an instant. You feel relieved. You hear Herta's voice just at the right time. You met Fuli again. Well done. Previous testers never even got a response for Fuli. Sounds like she has settled down from her excitement, and her voice has returned to her usual emotionless and mechanical register. Just what did you upgrade? What do you think an upgrade is? The next version of a video game? Some tiny reward handed out to every 1.5 months? I mean, Curtis snorts. The whole micro-universe. If you could give it all a chance at a glance, why would you spend all the time training in the universe? You just build a garden for your express instead. Curtis sighs. There's a downloader just further ahead. Remember to use it to expand your team. Your brain is gradually adapting to the simulated universe. Any available RAM will gradually become accessible for you, so you can play with more people. Alright, snap out of it. Go and choose your blessing. Remember, it says manifest in ice, which will enhance freezing effects and buffs. And I probably will go with this one. Yeah, last time we did this was kind of weird. These guys are all just weak, though.
Fight. Watch this awesome move.
Let's go.
To dislocation, enemy is removed, and enemy from the highest chance I'm frozen. I like that. Oh, so we're gonna give it a try. Alright, Herta. Oh boy, a boss enemy. Downloaded characters. Oh, Herta. We need to add her. Gotcha. We're gonna join the team. Let's download her. New characters can appear in the current exploration using the downloader. One downloader can add one character. Please make it count. Okay, it's physical.
Keep at it.
I was actually trying to hit him. Getting a bunch of hits. I'll take this one. Standard section of the system was created a concept from zones. That's all there is here. I'm at 2 out of 3. Here's a map for you. In the first tab, you'll find the route progressing forward. Gotcha. Oh, cool. There's a boss at the end. Blessing list. Is this little feature useful? It is. Because at least let me know what I have, and I don't have to pick the same one twice. Or whatever. Something like that. It's like a little mini generated areas. Enemies are falling. You can't contain your excitement. You are a genius. You're sure of it. The concert just starts to crumble. You love the shaking of every leaf. You enjoy the destruction power of endless thoughts. Until you realize that something is wrong with you. This is not you. Uh-oh, they're here. Akavilla, a voice laughed wildly. Has it been so long? I missed you greatly. Hair starts to stand on edge. This is an infamous enthusiasm of a madman. They appear before you without a head and a mask in their arms. They waved at their hands at you. Still spinning in circles, their arms hanging in midair, their muscles controlling their trembling knuckles, and their posture is like that of a sculpture. I'm so sad. Then suddenly it became sorrowful. Why did you die? They whimper in pain as the tears ran down the back of your hand. You felt like you really had died. You have fallen too long at the universe that they lost its order. They began clapping their hands. Then everything started to turn into chaos. This is what I wanted. I wanted to hug you. Unfortunately, I am a equation in a computer. Oh, it seems kind of cool. They scratched their head. This punk has figured out again. I thought I had to get Scalium to edit their data once more. With Scrollium. I have to apologize to you, really. I lay in the ambush aboard your train for a whole year just to blow it up with your nameless followers. I couldn't resist. I'm sorry. They put their hands on their chest guiltily of burrowing solemnly. This disgrace is still pretending they already figured it out. You're not Akavilla. You're Akavilla? that you're alive and well. What an interesting opponent. Please play with us more. This is what I want. Grow up and defeat me. They kick the ground while with a stomp fade away. You just gasp at the air as you escape from their torment. The end of election. Or to explain, uncharitable. A very elusive one who probably found themselves living in a game. This fella is very noisy and dangerous. Next time, bite your tongue and talk to them with more. Thanks for your hard work. Thinking of action, loves throw surprises which can be suitable for characters that do follow-up attack. Interesting. Increase crit rate for follow-up attacks. Deal additional damage based on the number of enemies follow-up attack hit. I'll probably go with that. The crit hit one didn't sound bad either. It's like a whole role-playing simulation. I don't know why I went this way. Could've just snuck up on this guy and done this. Trial's over. Your attacking are enhanced? Well, when a character launches a follow-up, they restore your HP. I'll do that. I think it said I already had it. Ah, yeah. I was just looking around for chests, man.
Rules are made to be broken. Too late to repent.
Let's make it quick.
I like the freezing. Very differently.
I have no interest in conflict.
Told you I could fight.
Let's go.
Do you know who I am?
Actually, I kind of want to show this.
Ever see a diamond this big? It's all yours.
That's pretty cool.
This!
Yeah, Curtis just has a big ass hammer. They already say already enhanced. Increase the defense, sure. Let's look at the boss.
We need a strategy.
Alright. This guy will be like nothing. Actually,
Back.
at least heal up a little bit. In this fight I will show. It's a
Move
boss.
carefully.
Could be wind weaknesses.
The truth of life and death, revealed in an instant. This sanctuary is but a vision.
Let's see, white ice
Time
weaknesses
to
in place.
twirl. My turn. Stay right there while I give you a present. Time to twirl. This is gonna hurt.
I was gonna say, please kill.
You can't run. Gotta try hard sometimes. Check out this awesome move.
Good frozen.
Step aside.
Batter up!
We can do this right away.
Rules are made to be broken!
Oh, poor you. Maybe keep it down? Do you know who I am? Ever see a diamond this big? It's all yours.
Clemency,
This guy's pretty tanky.
Try that again.
He's not a problem.
You have the worst luck with me out here. How can we lose?
Let's make it.
What do you look?
Step aside.
frozen.
The time is now. The truth of life and death. But this sanctuary is but a vision.
Yeah, 77 damage.
Watch this.
Let's go.
About this!
Maybe keep it down.
Frozen again.
Clemency.
Not doing much damage to him.
You can't run. Gotta try hard sometimes. Check out this awesome move. I told ya I could fight.
Let's make it quick.
You must. Do you know who I am? Ever see a diamond this big? It's all yours. Time to twirl.
The time is now.
Yeah, this is gonna be a bit.
My turn.
Let's
Batter up! Rules are made to be broken!
Maybe keep it down.
A bunch of damage.
Step aside. I have no.
You have to watch this.
About this!
What do you? My turn.
Clemency, the time is now. The truth of life and death. Reveal this sanctuary is but a vision.
More than that.
Do you know who I am? Ever see a diamond this big? It's all yours. I told ya.
About this!
Maybe keep it down. Gotta try hard
Hey, will not
sometimes.
die.
Check out this awesome move.
Jeez, that took a bit. Only wasn't using trial characters. Great job, that's it for today. I've chatted with a few of my collaborators and we decided to redouble our efforts. Next time we come back, you'll enjoy our official version of Simulated Universe. When did you chat with them? While you were testing, Herta replies, with having method of communication far more powerful than possessing by an IPC or the Intelligence Guild. As far as people with our IQ are concerned, this communication highly efficient. Stefan Lloyd has came up with a bunch of different ideas for making the simulated universe more fun. It will help us attract more Aeons, but it might help you have more fun. Herta sighs. Oh, get me out of here. That was a long and drawn out fight. I never thought Aha would show up. Aha? I don't know. Looks like we'll have to deploy the official version. We have to spend more time on upgrading and testing versions. We'll be abandoned. What a shame, I was just getting addicted. Oh, that's right. The update only takes a few seconds. Stefan's practically enthusiastic, and the content's all ready to go. You'll be able to re-enter the simulation universe soon. The update has quite a lot of changes. Yeah, I still have questions. Yeah. Are the Aeons really simulation? Did you find them awe-inspiring too? A virtual Aeon's not the same as an old AI Ruan May. And I came up with a way to connect virtual Aeons with the real paths. Aeon is simulated universe equivalent of that of a terminal, and their godheads and wisdoms come from a real Aeon. Otherwise, what would be the value of any information we get? Have you decided what to do with Aeon? I have basic conserved Scrulium with Scrulium. First, he'll try to reducing the particles values of the simulated even going as far as blocking their self-consciousness, but that's a little dangerous and may attract a real Elachion. If you feel that the method is unfeasible, then we'll probably leave this to play however they like, while isolated with them the communications with the other simulated Aeons. Who's Stefan you keep going on about? He's our fourth partnered member, number 84, Stefan Weirdo Lloyd. The guy's a genius with no interest in using his abilities. He spends 2/3 of his time in his adoptive father's fruit shop. He can't even get himself excited about something as cool as Simulated Universe. Stefan did us a favor and asked to remain anonymous. He doesn't want to make a big splash about at all. Perhaps some geniuses wish they weren't one. Alright. By the way, the Simulated Universe index is over there. You can check it out and you have nothing else to do. But if you're not interested, then forget it. Heard not human nature to collect. Simulated Universe closed beta second. The index. Look for information about blessings, curious, and Aeon Simulated Universe are all collected in the index. Index of Aeons have some top secret info and info I procured. Index blessings allow you to check blessings and already obtained. As for the index curious, it just continues exploring the later worlds. It might be sudden unlock for you. Oh, these are all the blessings. Oh, cool. Yeah, 80 stellar J's, nice. Like 8 of these things? Oh, it's a whole log and everything. Okay, well, that's good to know. An index for everything. After completing Domain Elite in World 3, I have... Oh. Blessing Simulated cards are all in the index. So what's here right now for us? Version Simulated Universe. I'll just figure it out myself then. Be curious. Alright, well I guess I'll just leave it at that then. Simulated Universe Part World 1. Jeez. I'm gonna have to like edit the hell out of this video after this. But anyways,
Finally, you're here. This is urgent, so I'll cut to the chase. Arlen's disappeared.
Disappeared?
Yes, I can't find him. He's not answering his messages or calls. In all the time since I took him in, this has never happened.
Have you checked the surveillance cameras?
Of course. I didn't see him. Parts of the surveillance system were destroyed when the Legion invaded. It still hasn't been fully repaired. Maybe he took advantage of a blind spot. It's been 13 hours since he last contacted me. He usually takes less than 13 seconds to reply to my messages. I looked everywhere and couldn't find him, so I checked the security department's work plan records. This is what I found. Look at his last work objectives entry. Of the heart, of the mirror, of the self. It's so strange.
The entries last week are pretty old too. It sure is.
I knew it. You think so too, right?
I asked people in the security department, but none of them thought it was concerning. They said stuff like, Brother Arlen is a grown man with his own plans. I couldn't get them to listen at all, so I'm asking you for help.
You don't have any clues how I can...
Oh, I have a secret weapon. Say hello to... Peppy.
Freaking Peppy.
Mm-hmm. Peppy's my dog. Arlen's looked after him since he was a puppy. They're great friends. Peppy knows Arlen's scent. Maybe he can track him down.
Peppy can find
He
Arlen.
can't go alone. What if he gets lost too? And I can't go with him. If people see me, the acting lead researcher, searching for Arlen, wouldn't that make Arlen look incompetent as head of the security department?
True.
Oh, let's go together. Relax. Peppy doesn't bite.
Freaking Peppy. Oh yeah, I guess we'll do this too. Peppy. Let's go, man. He's got a little spaceship on his back. That's adorable.
That's Professor Capote? Are you sure Arlen was here, Peppy? Weird. Why would he visit this Casanova?
Casanova?
Look at all his fans. Need I say more? Behold, the winner of the most awesome researcher contest. It's better if I don't show my face. See if you can get some intel out of him.
Oh, really? Alright.
I must confess that I too was terrified. Petrified even. But there remained a light in my heart. A light that led me onward. That light was the happy smiles on all your faces.
Master Capote thinks about me!
That's an approval.
Oh, it's you. Long time no see. How are you? I'm a bit busy here. If it's not urgent, come back later.
Actually.
Arlen? Yes. I know him. After all, my calling is to light up the heart of every person on the space station. As to his current location, and... Forgive me, but I cannot tell.
Insert dramatic pause and sudden drama here.
Everyone knows the most important word in my life is principle. Huh? Without principle, what difference would there be between a person and a mechanical arm?
Wait a minute. Last time he said the most important word in his life was illumination.
We need to update Master Capote's Life Wiki! This will be version 12.0 of his life keywords!
Anyway, I do not lie. I can tell you that I did indeed meet Arlen recently, and I know where he went. Regrettably, I already swore on my life that I, Capote, would never tell anyone Captain Arlen's secret.
That's right to see an important situation. Spares no efforts in praising Capote's
Seems
character.
like you already know what kind of person I am. Captain Arlen had a similar expression to yours when he found me. He was anxious, desired an answer. But answers are not easy to give. Besides, he wanted to master a trial of the heart that would thoroughly change him, and that would be even more difficult. You can't even imagine the difficulty of the trial. I was tired merely from the act of imitating that way of talking with him. Thankfully, he... no more. No more.
His words match Arlen's work plan records. Seems like he does have key information.
I didn't say that. Did you mishear it? What I said was, life is a trial, and you need to be true to yourself. So, I know nothing about anything you said about Captain Arlen. I need to head to a meeting now. Can we talk later?
I can't let him get away like this. If he doesn't want to tell me, then...
You dare to utter such a threat? Listen here. Leaving aside the fact that you don't have the right to dismiss me, I wouldn't yield even if lead researcher Asta... No! If Madame Herta herself commanded me. Why not threaten to kill me while you're at it?
Well, I mean, that's
I've
a
said
bit
it once,
extreme.
And I'll say it again. I will not yield.
Master Capote is so courageous. We're so lucky to be his fans.
He said the exact same thing when he promised Captain Arlen.
Yes, the part about not yielding. It makes me tear up.
I'm gonna print out the transcript of the conversation as soon as I get back today. The fan club needs to recite and memorize it.
Transcript? They recorded Arlen's conversation with Capote. I didn't think a clue like that would suddenly pop up.
For real. Alright.
This is the one who mentioned the transcript just now.
Hey, you've been talking Master Capote's ear off this whole time. Do you want to join the fan club?
Fan club?
I bet you do. You wouldn't have known about Captain Arlen's meeting with Master Capote unless you had an interest.
You even memorized the internal testing content for version 12.0 of Master Capote's Life Wiki.
You must be one of those super fans that stayed under the radar. We've been careless.
We're on the same side after all. Here, this is our latest welcome bundle for new members of the fan club. And I'll toss in an updated version of Master Capote's Life Wiki.
He looks really cool in the new limited edition snapshots.
A bunch of nerds. Come on, puppy. Was just gonna sit there and bark at him. I don't blame you. Dude, thanks for helping out on the station. Did you encounter some problems? You got plenty of clues. Told Asta what happened. Just happened the clues you found.
What happened to you, Arlen? Why did you have to get that sleazy Capote to help you with a trial?
Let's look at the materials first.
I guess that's our starting point.
Read the fan relay
This
card.
handwriting looks familiar. Is it Arlen's? Against the scorching sun, a beautiful flower will never endure. Within my fair embrace, my love for you is tender and pure. Yuck, so slimy. It does sound like Capote.
The limited edition snapshots?
Like a candid shot, but surely he knew it was being taken. It's autographed. There's a figure that's not quite in the shot. Oh, is that Arlen? So Arlen did go to see Professor Capote. This is the evidence.
Remaster Capote's Life Wiki version
Even the
12.0.
space station handbook doesn't get updated this frequently.
That's sad.
Is this an audio transcript?
Bypassers reading. Come on, Captain Arlen, we have to get into the role. I'm sorry, Professor, I just can't think of you as an overbearing boss. Close your eyes and try to feel it. After all, this is your trial of a heart. Listen to the instructions and let try it again. Arlen, come to my office. Time waits for no one. Every minute as time is precious. Yes, sir. Okay, I'm coming over right away. Wrong. Big mistake. Captain Arlen, you can't just be so submissive. If you were tasked with something beyond the scope of her work, you would also take off immediately, like you just did. Oh dear, if you want to learn how to handle an overbearing boss, it looks like your heart is going to have to put into some serious training. Interesting.
So, trial of the heart means knowing how to deal with an overbearing boss. So that's how Arlen sees me.
Maybe it isn't about you.
I need to talk to him. Let's hurry up and find him. Peppy, it's your turn again.
He's way over there. Peppy? Oh, he went way ahead. Jeez. Don't go ahead of me like that. Hey, dude. See someone all the way down there. Look how cute he is.
That's Dan Hung and the security department staff. There are still remnants of the Antimatter Legion in the space station. Let's go help them.
Oh, new enemies here. I don't think I've seen those before. These birds are insane now.
You have the worst luck running into me.
It's not that. Sorry about that, my fingers were in a different position.
You don't look so look, listen, feel, kick!
It's too late.
And he's shocked.
The truth of life and death, revealed in this sanctuary, is but a vision.
Royalty? At 64, nice.
What's this?
Let's make it quick.
What's all that
What are
about,
you
dang,
doing
huh?
here?
You're to perfect a friend's secret.
Be careful. There's still Legion remnants in the area.
Oh, okay.
Arlen isn't here right now, so we need to step up the space station security. Spare no effort and stay focused.
Yes, Brother Don Hung.
So, Arlen?
Yes, he's with March.
Oh.
But I suggest you don't bother him. He's given himself a personal trial.
Brother Arlen's special trial? He's a man among men, a lion among tigers. He's already reached great heights, but still he wants to improve. That trial, I bet it's even more intense than physical training. And Brother Arlen already challenges himself to the limit in that department. He runs 21,358 meters around the space station every day. An eagle among wolves. Always so hard on himself.
What kind of trial is
I
that?
think it must have something to do with the mind. He probably found a waterfall and asked Ms. March to lower the temperature to freezing point. No way. Brother Arlen's trial wouldn't be as simple as just standing under a waterfall. I think he wants to learn fighting skills from Miss March.
They're not correct, but not wrong either. Arlen
too
came
far
to me
off.
to learn how to manage pressure from his boss. So I sent him to March. If he can manage her, then he has nothing to fear.
Good point. He's a bear among horses.
Might be a metaphor too far. Brother Arlen runs like a
Well then.
horse and fights like a bear. I think that's a great metaphor.
Arlen and I decided to switch our assignments. He went with March to investigate a suspicious crystal, and I've taken up his patrol. That's all.
Did Arlen leave anything with
He
you?
gave me a pass for access across the space station while on patrol.
I found a broken ceiling tile. This mark? It must be from where Brother Arlen smashed it down!
Move aside. What kind of clue is that? This floor tile I found is way better. Look at the footprint. It's the right size, not to mention the angle of motion. This is proof of Brother Arlen in combat.
Mirror, did Arlen mention what that means? Do you know what Arlen is undertaking this trial? Or do you know why he's taking?
He didn't say, and I didn't ask.
Fair enough.
Brother Arlen doesn't need a reason to improve himself. You don't understand him at all.
Brother Arlen is a fierce fighter with an eye for detail. If you don't understand his reason for doing things, maybe that's because you're too zoomed in.
He's just staying ahead of the game is all. He's the space station's cold-hearted hawk. The security department's alpha wolf.
With the mirror, did Arlen mention what
He
that
said
meant?
he read an anonymous handwritten journal in the space station. It contained 36 different strategies to do with managing pressure from one's boss. It also contained some information on trials. Firstly, trial of the heart. One needs to acknowledge the pressure in one's heart, and only then can one face it. Secondly, trial of the mirror. Like a mirror's reflection, one needs to personally experience the pressure others feel in a job in order to understand it. Lastly, trial of the self. One places oneself within that pressure to complete a transformation. I believe he came to me to complete the trial of the mirror.
I don't have any other
If you want to
questions.
find Arlan, just contact March.
Will do.
Job pressure? How to manage your boss? Arlen, I'm sorry. I never knew I was giving you so much pressure.
Calm down. Let's look for the clues first. Let's look at the clues first.
I need to feel the pressure he's feeling so I can understand what it's all about.
Arlen's ID pass.
There's a photo of Peppy on the pass.
Aww.
I got Arlen to look after Peppy because I thought they got along, but is that giving him too much extra pressure? Aw. Maybe he printed out Peppy's picture as a way of forcing himself to remember his responsibility.
Look at the ceiling
Look how
tile.
smashed up the ceiling tile is. Arlen must have bottled up his frustration and had no way of releasing it, so he took it out on the monsters. It's Arlen's shoe size, all right. And this actually came from a pair of shoes I bought for him. Maybe even these shoes are painful shackles for him.
Skip the clues for now.
We need to find Arlen quickly. I need to apologize to him in person. Peppy, let's get going.
Come on, Peppy. Play, right? Oh wait, no. This just goes back out. Oh, there's another bubble there. Another robot. What's the button for shutdown? Doing this. Oh, hang on. Bubble. Fucking bubbles. And there's another hurt over there. Standing about. Make her to just leaves all her robots around. Oh, sorry, Peppy. Did I get ahead of you? My bad. I get it. He's a scrawny dog. Oh, there's March. March.
What a cute doggy! Oh, you're here too.
Arlen's not with you? nice of you to acknowledge the canine before me.
He's a new face and you're not.
Oh damn.
Huh. This little
See
guy
how it
looks
is.
familiar. Are you Arlen's Peppy? Oh, I'm sorry. Your master isn't here. He's gone off to investigate.
Did you mention anything about the trial?
He kept harping on about Don Hung being a true warrior or something. Oh, he did say that completing an assignment with me would help him complete the final trial. It felt like he learned a lot from me. Then again, everyone has a lot to learn from me.
Where did you split
We were
up?
investigating suspicious crystals together, but he said it was all pointless if he couldn't transform himself. I could tell he was giving himself a lot of pressure, so I gave him a suggestion. I told him actions speak louder than words when you want to prove yourself. I was just thinking out loud, really. I had no idea what kind of trial he was doing. But when he heard that, he said Mr. Don Hung was right. And then he just left. I took a photo of him. He was doing one of those tough guy walks. Come to think of it, maybe I shouldn't have left him alone. Take me with you if you're going after him.
Absolutely. Arlen's back. Just as back. Oh, by that, where that boss was. Just saying.
I read that a Stellaron's internal fluctuations will cause a fragmentum to appear. Did Arlen?
Hey, relax. I've seen plenty of Stellarons. It'll be fine.
I hope Arlen is safe.
I'm sure he's fine. Oh, memory bubble. Those are floating in the air. Touch the memory bubble. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna like pick those up and go. Showing those is like a lot of text and a lot of reading.
The corrosion here is a lot worse than I imagined. Mrs. Hinkle did say the cleanup had been slow in places.
The fragmentum has a big influence on the space around it. All this electronic equipment on the station must short circuit pretty regularly, huh?
It must. Yeah, let me just pick this up and go. I don't know what those mean yet. I'm sure someone will be like, oh, they mean this or whatever. Oh, hey. Fellas. Arlen?
Lady Asta, you... Why are you all here? I've never seen anything like this before. It looks like some kind of new entity. It must have mutated after being corroded.
Time to fight. Oh, it's another one of these guys. How we open up with this?
Rules are made to be broken!
Smash!
Strike!
Move carefully. The time is now.
This guy does not like ice or physical.
You have the worst. I try hard sometimes. Check out this
While you're
awesome
at it.
move.
Clemency?
Hacker sync.
Never heard of
My turn. Watch this.
Let's go.
You don't look so good. Gotta get those vitamins.
Much better.
Take that healing. It's nice. under 30. And crit. Did you get those things? Almost. 62 though. There we go.
Reach the end of the story in your own way.
Are you okay, my lady?
Arlen,
Lady Asta? Why are you crying? Are you hurt?
I'm sorry.
Huh?
It's all my fault. I've been putting too much on your plate, and that's why you looked up ways to manage the pressure. I honestly didn't realize that these things would bring you so much stress. I just want to say I'm sorry.
My lady, You didn't give me any pressure.
Arlen, you don't need to hide this from me any longer. He and I know all about the trials you're putting yourself through. If you can't forgive me right now, then I'll reflect further and find a way to prove that I'm willing to change.
But, my lady...
Firstly, your trial of the heart. You went to Professor Capote and asked him to simulate conversations with you so you could better understand your boss. And the evidence is... Firstly, your trial of the heart. You went to Professor Capote and asked him to simulate conversations with you so you could better understand your boss. And the evidence is...
No. The audio, right?
Master Capote's Life Wiki version 12.0.
Wait.
This transcript records what you asked Capote to help you with.
Here, we can see a bossy manager and you being asked to do things outside of your job description.
Clearly, Professor Capote is unlikely to master my speech or mannerisms anytime soon. Oh, but the content is the key here.
I am the source of your pressure!
My lady, I did speak to Professor Capote, and I did ask him some things. But they had nothing to do with you. I've never experienced any pressure with you.
Oh, Arlen, won't you accept my apology? I'll just have to show you more evidence. We know the essence of your trial of the heart, and we also know that you asked Dunhung to help you complete the trial of the mirror. I'm so sorry, Arlen. Until I spoke with Dunhung, I never realized how much pressure was on your shoulders.
Miss, I really don't...
Hold it! I have evidence.
Select at least one. Photo of his footprint. This thing?
This ceiling tile. This, ceiling tile. You broke it.
Sorry. I'll get it fixed later.
I know you can be tough, but you're not violent by nature, Arlen. Quite the opposite. Breaking a ceiling tile like this shows how much pressure and anger you were carrying around.
This interpretation is sounding a little odd. Do we have any other evidence?
That wasn't the right one.
Your ID pass!
This isn't just any old station pass, is it, huh? There's a very important photo on it.
A photo of Peppy!
Yeah.
Lady Asta, I like Peppy a lot, so
No, Arlen. You don't need to find excuses for your actions. Oh, maybe you've actually convinced yourself. The combination of your simulated conversations with Capote and the entry in your work log about playing Holodisc with Peppy,
It points to one thing. Me getting you to look after Peppy is the greatest source of your stress. You even printed out a photo of Peppy to constantly remind yourself to look after him. I know exactly what message you're trying to drill into yourself by sticking this photo onto your pass. Arlen, taking Peppy out to play is an assignment from lead researcher Asta. You better throw that hollow disc like it's a full-on discus. If you spare any effort, Lady Asta will find out and punish you terribly for all eternity.
My lady, don't you think that's a long thought to think? Lady Asta, please! I didn't do any of these trials because of you. I always try to complete every assignment you give me, regardless of whether it's within my job description. I really like taking Peppy out to play.
Asta, I don't think Arlan is upset with you.
But Arlen doesn't have any other bosses. Who else would it be? March, he asked to accompany you so he could learn how to manage his stress, right?
What? Arlan wanted to go on assignments just to experience stress? Phew. Good thing I let him go alone. My calming influence would have ruined his training. Guess I made the right decision after all.
That's right.
What did he say? That I'm good at solving people's problems?
Oh, Arlen, all I want you to understand is how sincerely I'm reflecting on my actions. Please, accept my apology.
But, my lady...
Stop! Arlen, I understood the level of stress you're dealing with as soon as I saw this photo.
Didn't I take that photo?
I'm always giving you tasks and assignments, but I never actually see how you take to the battlefield. When I saw this photo, and I saw you fighting alone just now, I'm just sorry that I gave you the stress of all my private affairs on top of an already stressful job. Please, forgive me, Arlen.
My lady, I'm very touched, but I started this trial because of Madame Herta.
Herta.
What?
Whenever she's back on the space station, Madame Herta assigns me things outside the security department remit. Even if I dared to refuse, I wouldn't know how. She's just too overbearing. Whether it's helping her test some new specimen, or looking for ancient documents I've never even heard of. Assignments like those were okay before the invasion. But now, I need to focus on clearing out any last traces of the Legion.
Aha! So you're trying to learn how to reject Herta and then put it into practice.
Yes. I found an anonymous handwritten journal while I was cleaning up. It mentioned 36 different strategies for relieving pressure. That's where I read about the trials.
Of the heart, of the mirror, and the
Yes.
self.
There were detailed notes, so I wanted to give them a try.
Those trials really made Asta worried. Don't just read any more anonymous journals.
Sorry, my lady. I didn't want to bother anyone, so I didn't mention it.
So,
Understandable.
you don't feel pressured around me?
I've never felt pressured around you, my lady.
All right. It's all a misunderstanding. You two should reflect on your actions,
Yeah.
right?
You need to talk to each other more.
Yeah. See, the two of us would never have misunderstandings like this.
Anyways, Duncan was right.
You keep saying that. What did Don Hung even say?
Thank you for helping Lady Asta. And for coming to find me.
You're welcome. Although if you really want to thank me, let me play Hollow Disc with Peppy, please.
Peppy's popular, I see. Unexpected turn of events. Islands become visitor to Express. You might want to come across Island during turn to Express. Gotcha. That's cool. Oh, I got fucking Peppy. And music soundtrack. Nice. My achievements out of the way too. That was like a special, like, kind of quest, it seems. Now wow, we cleaned that up pretty well. Alright, well, let's get back on the train. I'll look for that last chest later. I don't know where that is in this area. Visitor's Vacation. After completing certain missions, you can send out invitations to your companions. You might run into them on the Express. Gotcha. Yeah, Ireland's over there.
Quit being a nuisance! I'm working!
Oh hey, I just came in here to see my Trailblazer level. I think you said that twice. That's a free ticket. For regular pulls. Oh wait. Did I get another one? I'm sorry, Pom Pom. I just want my stuff. There you go. What the hell is all that? Oh, these are artifacts. Oh boy. That's coming up real soon. How many levels are there? 70? Jesus, that's way more than what Genshin offers. Let's talk to Ireland real quick.
This place could do with some iris scanners. Wouldn't want unregistered visitors sneaking aboard. I remember
agree.
Lady Asta commissioned some security equipment a while back. Maybe she still has some spares.
Unregistered visitors.
Sorry, I was thinking out loud. Don't worry, the Express is perfectly safe. There are no... Well, come to think of it, I'm an unregistered visitor. I'm sure you guys in the Express itself are more than capable of maintaining security. But it's important not to overlook basic prevention methods. In addition to visitor recognition systems, I've made a few notes on third-party signal monitoring and emergency response devices. Of course, it'd be great if you never had to use any of it, but I hope my analysis is of help to the conductor.
Where's that?
Those guys aren't serious when they refer to me like that, you know? Anyway,
I should have heard him earlier.
Using it yourself too. Anyway, thanks for inviting me to see the train. I've seen the Express when it was docked at the platform, but this is my first time on board. I'm not as knowledgeable as Lady Asta. The only way I can contribute is to help the station improve its defenses, don't you think?
Thanks, but you're supposed to be off work.
Huh? You're right. I need to learn to unwind. I've been so focused on the station's defenses recently. It's easy to forget that work-life balance is the best way to stay on top. Thanks for your advice. It's nice to have a break every now and then.
Absolutely. Hey, Stellar Jade. Alright then. But I think that is going to do it for me for now, at least at the moment. I have almost like 3 hours recorded right now, and I'm going to have to edit this down as much as possible. Been thinking while I was doing those quests, I don't know if I'm going to show every single quest this game has to offer. I think what I'll do is I'll record some of them and like kind of gloss over them. I don't know about the Simulated Universe quest. That seems all like samey, kind of. You just fight the same enemies or whatever. If there's quests where you just run in, kill a bunch of stuff, and then go back out and talk to someone, I think I'll just not record those ones, because those ones just seem like, you know, fetch quests or whatever. You just go in, do something, leave. But I think ones like the one that Rocky had, I think are pretty interesting. So I'll try to keep those in with commentary and everything above it. But other than that, I think for quest-wise, we'll have like some episodes here or there. They'll just be nothing but quests like this one. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go comb through a lot of this footage right now. But other than that, I appreciate you watching this far in the video. Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate it. Want to support me further? I have an Instagram in the description. Same thing with our Discord and our artists down there below. Both wonderful people who want to give them any commissions or whatever. But until then, I have a lot of footage to comb through, so I'll see you next time in the next one. See ya.